Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon. It's great to be here today in Port A and be your guest speaker for the Brown Bag Series. I'm Brett Stawar. I'm President and CEO of the Port Aransas Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. And welcome to our new Welcome Center. I've been on board for about 6 months now. I'm going on 6 months as your new President and CEO of the organization. And I have learned a lot about Port A and, of course, fallen in love with Port A and become a part of the community in which I serve. So I am excited to be here and excited for what the future holds. And we are on the brink of something new and exciting here at the Welcome Center, Tourism Bureau, and Chamber of Commerce. So we all moved in here about mid-November. Of course, this building was damaged in Hurricane Harvey and torn down and rebuilt. Staff and I lived in a trailer just off-site here behind the building for about 3 years, plus 3 years. And are excited now to be laying the framework for the future for the Welcome Center and Port Aransas. Our job here as the Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce is to welcome folks to Port A. It's also to serve the residents who live here with information and provide guidance on best places or policies and procedures for living in Port A. So that's why we use the name Welcome Center versus Visitor Center, because it is also something for our locals and residents to use and enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and mask up and let's do a tour of the Welcome Center and meet all the staff and let's go take a peek on what's going on inside. Come on.
As I mentioned before, we just got in here in late November and kind of getting things still organized. We're working on some artwork to get some locally flared and infused celebrations of Port A all around us here, and again up in the top of our building as well. So a lot of good things going on here. You are in the lobby right now of the Welcome Center, and I'd like to introduce some of the folks behind the scenes and those that actually are our front greeters to all of the visitors coming to Port A. You've got Patty here, who's been a volunteer with us through the years. And you want to say hi, Patty?
No.
So she actually comes in, you've been here for about a month now, and comes in on a regular basis to help with projects.
We're what's considered winter Texans. We're down here 3 months out of the year. Normally, winter Texans come down early January and stay through March. And we're not really typical in that we live in Texas. Most folks come from the Midwest up around Wisconsin, Minnesota, Chicago, that area. And those that we've met tell us that it's like 9 degrees up there right now with 12 inches of snow each day. So it's a wonderful opportunity to come down, be with folks that have the same interest. And Port Aransas is very, very friendly. They welcome the winter Texans. There's lots for us to do, a lot of planned activities through parks and recreation with the birding and so forth. And I highly recommend it to anyone.
For my job, what I do all day long is promote Port Aransas. We get quite a few phone calls in asking about the different businesses and shops in town, and I give them that information, whether it's by email, by phone, by snail mail. We give out the maps of the town itself and of the different businesses that look like people who want to go shopping, for the nature preserve, any kind of fishing tours that they want to go on, restaurants, things like that. So we pretty much take care of just about every question that they have imaginable.
So now that you've had a chance to meet our front service guests and attendants, Kim and Patty, we're going to take you on a tour of the rest of the building and let you see what the Welcome Center looks like now that it's been rebuilt. As you head off the lobby here, you go into what we're calling our war room or marketing room, where all staff get together for weekly staff meetings and plan special events. You can see the year at a glance calendar, which we're just starting to fill up. We got that last week. and are adding projects to it on a daily basis. But this is where a lot of the team gets together and really focuses on what things we need to help each other out with, and how we plan out and promote Port A to all the residents and visitors alike. So this is the marketing room that then connects to our board of directors room. So if we have meetings with special guests or VIP folks or vendors even, a little more privacy back here, so come on into our board room. This is where, once we get out of COVID, we'll be able to host some of our more face-to-face meetings with the board of directors, with our committees, and have some planning sessions in here, as well as make some great policy insight and decisions that is going to help our organization and Port A. So we're excited to have this new feature here to welcome our board and volunteers and vendors who all make a difference. This was a feature they decided to build in and incorporate here to make it a user-friendly and also video-friendly boardroom. So as you exit the board of director room and the marketing room, which are connected, you come into the break room, which is where we can keep refreshments for guests and also a lunchroom for the staff. So come in and take a peek at our little kitchenette that we have here for visitors to, or not visitors, for staff and members to kind of prep. So we've got a couple tables for staff. We've got some cabinets, of course a refrigerator, and thanks to our lovely members, the Donut Palace, we got some donuts today from them as they renewed their membership here with the Port Aransas Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. So this is again just a small break room, prep room for if we need refreshments and things for any meetings. We can get all that done here, and there's a restroom, of course, there. I won't go through the whole thing of showing you a restroom, but it's a nice restroom, trust me. So if you need to use it, we've got a couple of them here in the building. So we're back here in the lobby of the Welcome Center and wanted to show you also a nice feature, a little area we have for guests to kind of step back and read some of the literature or brochures they got from us and kind of make their plans for Port A. We've got everything from the maps that Kim talked about earlier to the island guide that we put together. And a brand new project we did this winter was Wings of Winter, birding guide for winter birds in Port Aransas. This is actually a neat project. I'll talk about it now while we're here, but this was in lieu of the Whooping Crane Fest that's supposed to be going on as we speak this month. And we did a celebration of the birds and the winter birds. The map, about 15 points of interest where you can see winter birds and hopefully get a glimpse of a whooping crane here on the island. So we've got all those outlined. And then we talk about ways that folks can experience the birds, either through self-guided tours or guided tours. Park and Rec, of course, is putting on their programs. And we've got some nature tours going on every Saturday and Sunday in February that you can find out information on and sign up. We are doing that with the pandemic in consideration, so there'll be small groups of 10 or less on these tours. And we'll all have a good time do that, but that is by registration, so if you want to join in on those, sign in. whoopingcranefestival.org is the website you can do that on. And of course, for the Park and Rec ones, you can go through the Park and Rec's website. Aside from those tours, the boat tours are still going on. So the Wharf Cat out of Fisherman's Wharf and the Scarlet Lady out of Deep Sea Headquarters. And then some birding and kayak adventures are also going on out in Fulton. And then of course the Mustang boat tour out of Woody's. So those are all ones you can take just about any time throughout February and March if you check their calendars and our website for more information. We just left the lobby of the Welcome Center and now entering the area where the staff all do their work and are here to serve the business community and residents of Port A. So let me give you a quick tour of this place and introduce you to some of the folks behind the scenes that make us so great. As you walk through here, just a little office supply area where we keep a lot of the stuff for shared resources for staff. But one of the first offices here is Lisa Shelton. She is our Special Events and Community Relations Manager. Put your mask on, be responsible.
Hello.
And Lisa, tell them a little bit about what you do here for all of us and the community.
Oh, well, that's a long story. So here I am in charge of special events. So if we ever get out of this and we get to have special events, I'll be the one that's on the ground making sure everybody's having a good time, do all the logistical, work with community members to be sure that we can pull as many of our partners into the event as possible, and working with ticket sales and all the goodies that you can buy, the talent that's there, working with our local venues to work out all the logistical things, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait for events to come back to Port A. And then I also have community relations. That's kind of a new title for me. So my vision of that is working with the community. I'm sorry, my mask isn't working very well. Working with the community to try to help them realize what the Tourism Bureau and the Chamber can do to help them in their businesses, and facilitating any of those kind of things that we can help with them with. Just letting them know that we are here for them. I'm the main contact. If you need something, come to me, and I can hopefully reach out into our great pool of talent here to make it happen for them. And then I'm also working on an ambassador program, which is very new to me, so I'm kind of studying it and learning what that is. But that is hopefully will utilize the great number of volunteers that we have in our community. As we all know, Port Aransas is a community of volunteers. They love to do things to help each other and to get involved. And so our ambassador program will tap into that, make some superstars out of some of them, and again, that just helps into the community relations part of it, and then also into the special events. So it's just one big beautiful circle, and hopefully I can keep the synergy going in that big beautiful circle.
And one thing Lisa may or may not have mentioned, but she's been a long-time resident and fixture here in Port A. She's been on a number of boards. I know most recently you were just on the school board, along with planning and zoning for the city. So, you know, a lot of you may already know Lisa, but she's been a tremendous asset to this organization as we kind of move forward. So
That's right. He's been here for 26 years. And started volunteering when my kids were little in school, doing the school volunteer stuff, and that just opened up the world of possibilities to me. So made me realize how fulfilling that is on a personal level, to give back to the community that gives so much to us, and then and to see the benefit of all of that within the community. So it's just a great thing, and I think it's been a very good training mechanism for this job that I have now here at the Chamber and Tourism Bureau.
So if you're thinking of ways that you want to get involved with our organization, Lisa would definitely be one you can reach out to. She's here every day of the week, just like the rest of us, and can be accessible. But if you got an idea or a thought and you want to share it with me or Lisa, I mean, we're here and the door is always open.
Yep. I'm here. Most of you that are watching this have probably seen me somewhere in the last 26 years, so I'm here and very happy to talk with you.
Next, I want to introduce you to one of our energetic and passionate team members, Michelle Zayudek, who's been with us for a number of years and helps drive our marketing and communication efforts. So let's take a peek in here and see if we can't interrupt her from her wonderful work she does for the Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Tell them a little bit about what you do here and why you do it and what you love about all of it.
Okay, I am the marketing person for the Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. Oh man, what do? I do a lot here. Right now we're working on the 2021 visitor guide, which should be published very, very soon in the hands of visitors by March 1st, which we're really proud of and excited about. Other than that, I do a lot of audience targeting to figure out who our visitors are and where they're coming from, and then I try to explain why Port Aransas is the place that they didn't know they wanted to come to. And then from there, once they're here, the chamber side takes over and we try to get them into our local businesses, eating at our restaurants, shopping at our shops, and making sure that our community is strong and has enough visitors to sustain them through some of the shoulder season.
So as you can see, Michelle keeps us on top of the mind of all the visitors and those making their trips from inspiration phase to actually, hopping in the car or on the plane and coming down to see us. So thanks, Michelle, for all your great work. I know you're in there doing some extremely polished and professional stuff that keeps Port A shining and looking great. But now let's head on down and see Candy. She's the bookkeeper and the one who keeps us in line with all of our financial work. Making sure people are paid on time and that money comes in and all that good stuff, right, Candy?
Yes, I do.
This is Candy. So
Hi, how are y'all?
tell them a little bit about what you do and why you work here and what you.
As you can see, I keep everything up and running. Everybody take care of the accounts payables, the receivables. I work day to day with our CPA that's out of Austin. I've helped work with the auditor on our audit this year, which was very interesting. And I do also, like he said, I take care of the payroll, make sure everybody's paid, so everybody likes me, and I don't have to worry about anything. And then I do also day-to-day banking, reports for Mr. Brett, and just keep us afloat and keep going.
Yeah, Candy's not mentioning all that she does, but really helps keep us, all the budget categories, keeps us in line, make sure we're in, compliance with all of those great things.
Yes.
And, really is the watchdog for us to stay where we need to stay. And she, like she mentioned, she works with our CFO out of CFO by Design, and the two of them are a powerhouse team that really keep us connected and keep us on the level path to greatness. So
Yep.
if we're not strong on the financial side, we're not strong on any side. And Candy's here to make sure that we have that organizational structure. So
Yes, but please do not look at the file folders. I'm still in process.
we're still unpacking. So we have a lot of things in here that are unpacking and some coming out of storage, going into storage. And we just about finished our audit, so we're about done with the audit.
Yes.
And should have that all wrapped up for the last fiscal year. And we're budgeting through. We're already almost 6 months through our current fiscal year, so we do follow the same fiscal year as the city, where we start in October 1 is our due day, and it goes through September 30th. So I think that's October, November, December, January, February. So not quite 6 months, but
Yeah, this February 1st. Here we go.
yes. So
So yes.
thank you, Candy.
Thank you.
So as we leave Candy's office and financial, and Michelle's was just on the other side, we do have an empty office right here. We are actively looking to fill this office though. So if you want to be a part of our team and know someone, we are hiring for a digital marketing associate, which we are anxious to get on board and help our team grow and help Port A grow. But we've got the space set up. The job is posted on Indeed.com. And you can find information out there, but we are looking for somebody with that marketing experience, a couple years of it, to help us grow and to be an extra arm for Michelle and all the projects she's working on, as well as all of our staff. So if you're interested, come see us. And I neglected to mention, when we were up talking to Kim and Patty, that we are also hiring for 2 Welcome Center assistants. Our goal is to have the Welcome Center open 7 days a week for the spring break season and forevermore. Watching the patterns of visitors and being here for them on the weekends is something that we want to be a part of. So we are looking for a couple of part-time positions to help us in that role, and those would be probably 16 to 20 hours a week positions, about 4-hour shifts, 3 or 4 days a week. And they would be also requiring at least one weekend day, either Saturday or Sunday, to help us run the visitor center on those days. Now we want to kind of take you on to another position that helps support our members and business community, as well as look for those new things. And that's Shelly Witcher. She is our business development and sales manager. Shelly is right inside here. Hello, Shelly.
Hi.
Why don't you tell everybody watching what we are, or what your position is up to and what you do here, and then tell them a little bit about why you like to work here and how long you've worked here, and what else you love about Port A.
Okay, well, love to talk about Port A, so that comes easy. I actually was a Port Aransas fighting marlin back in the 80s. My family moved here back in the 80s. I moved away for a while, but I'm back. Port A is an easy place to sell because we've got beaches and bays and beautiful islands, so it's easy. And I'm sales manager and like to bring in groups, fishing tournaments, sports events. Of course, all of that's on hold now, but hopefully very soon we'll be back up and running in that department. And then also I work closely with our businesses in the community, which also comes easy to me because I've grown to care for all of the people and the businesses that they have. Our businesses are here because of our tourists, and so we like to welcome our tourists to come as well. So.
Now, Shelley also may or may not have mentioned, but she is the one working closely with the businesses, the membership, services. She is here to help anybody who has a special need or request, or may have an idea for us. So, if you're a member of our Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau, Shelley is the one to kind of reach out to first and see what she can help you with, or point you in the right direction, either within the community or within our staff, to find what it is you're looking for. So again, Shelley's been here a long time and knows the ins and outs of this community quite well, and is a valuable resource to our organization and the community. All right, welcome to my office now. This is where I get to sit all day long, or when I'm in the office, it's where I do a lot of my work. I'm going to take this off since we're well socially distanced, and you can hear me maybe a little bit better and see my face for what that's worth. But I do want to kind of share some projects that we've been working on. I know each staff member has talked a little bit about some projects and maybe hinted at what we're doing here. But again, going back to the mission of what we're here to do, it is to bundle all of the great assets we have together, make Port A a great place to live, work, and play, and visit, of course, as well. So we watch all of those things and kind of manage the data and all of the information that we have together, and help present that to visitors, to residents, and to people who have questions about Port Aransas. So when you kind of look at some of the projects coming down the pike right now, I mentioned I've been here since August of last year, and we have since then instituted a lot of new programs. We talked about the Wings of Winter program that we did in lieu of the festival for the Whooping Crane, but we also did something last week that was quite a task, but also an achievement for the Bureau and the community. Many of you might remember the Taste of Port A, which was a kind of a sampling affair of the cuisine here in Port Aransas. Due to COVID restrictions and other thoughts, we had shifted that away from a mass gathering to more of a celebration of the cuisine here on the island, and actually started the inaugural Restaurant Week, which ran January 23rd through the 31st. We had 15 different restaurants put together great menus for lunch at $15 and great menus for dinner, sometimes 2 for dinners for $35. We've heard back from a majority of the restaurants already, even though it just ended on Sunday, and most of them are excited with the turnout and the passion that we saw. And we saw it come to life on social media with a lot of our visitors and folks planning their way through town or eating their way through town. So we had a lot of great fun with that, and can't wait to bring the next season of the Restaurant Week to life as we kind of move forward. But those are the types of things that we're going to continuously monitor and look forward. Lisa mentioned a number of the events. We've had our share of event cancellations over the past year. We're hopeful now that Sandfest has picked the October date, that things will be in a much better position where we can bring in the talent, the right types of sand sculptures, the artists here, as well as the visitors that can come in and plan a great time here on our beaches and here for the Sandfest. Also then we look at some other events. Beachtoberfest is a big time for us, so we like to have activity every weekend in October. And we've got some events planned for live music. We're looking at some other things to do as well with the culinary scene. We used to do the Texas Super Chef, so we still are a part of that and can celebrate our local chefs and the taste of Port A again through that. But just so much going on here, and I did want to bring up the other things that we have kind of working on behind the scenes before we get off that track. And one of the big things Michelle mentioned was a new website, and I can't explain how intricate and detailed those are these days, but it's something we started on probably in November, maybe late October even, and we won't launch until Memorial Day or early June. We're working on a number of different facets, a whole new CRM system, and CRM stands for Customer Relationship, I think it's manual or module or management, and that is a software program that's going to connect all of our member data, all of the hours of operation, all of the amenities for everything from RV parks to retail stores to lodging and restaurants. All that data will be coalesced into a fantastic new website that visitors and residents can dive deep in and learn just about everything there is to know about our community. So we're very excited about that. And on the screen behind me, you can kind of get a sneak peek at, it's not really even a peek, but just showing you the layers of work. And there are tabs on this. I don't know if you're zooming in there close enough, but these different tabs, we got the beach tab, things to do, events, and each of these things go on and on in terms of how we're going to break down that data. So that's our site map. It's the framework for which our website will be presented to you all in hopefully by Memorial Day weekend or early June. So a lot of great hard work is going into that now to make sure the visitors and residents have a great portal, a good welcome to Port A. So at the end of the day, a lot of what we do is also marketing based. We are what the industry considers a destination marketing organization. They go by DMO. We don't call ourselves that because it's maybe a little bit hard for folks to grasp their hand on. That's why we stick with Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. Those are more traditional terms that we're known by. But what that really means is we are digging for the data to find those visitors and doing advertising and marketing strategies to reach them, and we're talking about the right visitor. Who do we want to come to Port A? That's what we're focused on. We are just wrapping up a visitor profile in which we'll get data from the past several years of visitors that have come to Port A. We're going to know what location they came from. We're going to be able to tell you how long they stayed in Port Aransas, how much they spent while they're here. So the amount of data available now is just mind-boggling. But so important and so valuable for us, so that we're not just buying a billboard and hoping we're catching the right visitor. We're getting out there in front of the visitors as they make their trip planning, as they start their trip planning. And even before they start their trip planning, we're going to remind them, because those are the types of targeting tools we have at our disposal now, so we can make sure if we want to get the folks from Houston, that's where we're targeting. Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, which pockets of population do we want to come down to Port A, and what types of visitors. We know the day trippers are coming in and they're going to continue to come in, but we want to make sure that those overnight, that we're reaching the right audience. Port A can be an inexpensive place to stay, but it can also be a very expensive place to stay. So we are targeting those that have the resources to really come down, enjoy, and make our island better and prosperous. So that kind of wraps up the who, the what, the when of the Welcome Center and the folks here behind the scenes working for the Port Aransas Tourism Bureau and Chamber of Commerce. And I want to remind you folks that this place is open. We're open right now 5 days a week from 8:30 to 5 or 4:30 on Monday through Friday. And then again, we have hopes to open up on weekends for Saturday and Sunday. And again, remind you, if you know anybody wanting to work in that Welcome Center assistant position, this is the place they can do that. So again, it's been great to be your host for today and take you through all the channels of our operation. And I hope you got a little bit of a better understanding about the team here behind the scene, as well as what it is we're trying to do. Have a great day, everybody.